Hi, I'm Ralph. I'm the director of Little Johnny the movie, and we're here at the premiere tonight. And there is the cinema up the stairs. It's a cinema I used to go to when I was a kid. I can't tell you how many films I saw and how many buckets of popcorn I ate, but it's all led to this moment, and I got my own film on, and I'm really proud of it. Little Johnny happened because I got asked if I'd ever heard Little Johnny jokes by my producer at the office, and when I said I'd heard them but I'm not a very good joke teller, he told me a Little Johnny joke, which I won't repeat. It was very crude, but it was hilarious. And then he looked at me while I was laughing. He said, "Wouldn't it be great to make a film about that kid?" And I said, "Surely it's been done." And I thought, and even if it wasn't, would there be a market? So we Googled it. 5 million hits later, we realised there was something to it, and it started from there. I'm a little bit over 3D animated stuff that's out at the moment because it all gets the same-ish kind of look. And with the budget level we were working at, there was no way we're going to compete with a film like Pixar's Up or, you know, WALL-E or anything like Nemo. So we thought we'd go the 2D look. And it's also a lot more reminiscent of the time. It's a very 60s sort of feel, and my absolute hero of animation was always Chuck Jones, and it's a big unsung thank you at the end of the film for him because he's really the inspiration for it. Normally when you make a movie you test it first with an audience, so you know what you're going to get before you screen. With this one, because we've only really just finished putting together the cut, we've only just finished putting in the sound effects, and that's all happened in like the last week, so the film is exactly as it's come out of the studio. We haven't had a chance to tweak it, change it, alter it or anything, so it's the audience at the premiere is the first audience to see it. And that's exciting too. I'm gonna give it to you, baby, give it to you all night long. Give it to me, give it to me, baby.
Hello, I'm Genevieve Morris, and I'm the voice of Little Johnny in Little Johnny the movie.
Hi, my name's Bev Killick, and I voice the character of Mavis, Auntie Mavis. She's very unassuming, but she has little moments, little tantrum moments, and I think, you know, being married to Uncle Kev would surely keep her very busy.
My name is John Foreman, and I'm the composer for Little Johnny the movie. I was working with Instinct Entertainment on another project called Strange Bedfellows, and the guys were talking about this concept of Little Johnny the movie, and I thought that sounds like a great idea. So I said, sign me up, and you know, I'd love to be involved.
I started working with Instinct on Charlie and Boots, worked on that production, and then they were talking about this production and started getting involved. Yeah.
My name's Brett Rutledge. I play about 4 or 5 of the supporting roles in the film, voice the character of Howard and Little Johnny's father, and a visiting Mormon and a couple of other characters that float in and out from time to time. Probably the ones I do, Howard is the most fun because it's based on Howard Cosell, so it's a character that's got a bit of history to it. Out of all the characters, I think Little Johnny's the most fun. I think Genevieve does a fantastic job voicing him.
I've always been interested in doing animation, like to voice some characters. I'm always playing around with voices at home and stuff with the kids, and so yeah, having the chance to do it was great. I got a phone call that they were looking for someone to play a young boy. I said, that's me, and yeah, so I came in and auditioned, and then they pretty much sort of told me, am I available on the day?
Well, it was a very quick production process from my point of view. It was slightly unorthodox, a bit like the old days where we had the whole orchestra in the studio and we had to throw down the soundtrack in a very short space of time. And of course that has pros and cons. The difficulty, of course, is getting it all done so quickly. The advantages is there's no time to sit around and talk about it and analyse it and think about it and go over it with a fine-tooth comb. So from that point of view, it was lots of fun to do.
I got a phone call from Mr. Ralph Moser saying that they were looking for a voice that sounded like Bev Killick, and they were having trouble finding that voice, and then they had a brainwave thinking, well, why don't they just get Bev Killick? So I just happened to be in town for one day and recorded it and flew off again.
The fact that we had all the cast together, that you could work and bounce off each other, which is unusual because normally you sit in a studio on your own with a set of cans on your ears and basically try to pretend what someone else has said in response to what you've said. So the fact that all the cast could be together and that we could bounce off each other made for a fun experience.
What's going on? I'm starting to change. I get butterflies when they mention your name. I pant like a puppy when I see your face. I got girl germs.
Learning the song, the love song, and singing that and performing, we just nailed it really quickly, and it's just fun and naughty. And naughty is good. There used to be a much ruder line of dialogue in the song, but it's not in there now. It involved the menstrual cycle. That's all I'm going to say.
My dad loves Little Johnny jokes. He used to always bring up jokes when I was younger. Yeah, that's the main thing. So when I heard Little Johnny, I knew straight away what the deal was. Little Johnny would walk to school every day, and as he would walk past, a prostitute would say, "Oh, hello, Little Johnny." And every single day this is happening. He would walk past and say, "Hello, Little Johnny. Hello, Little Johnny." And he said, "You know, why are you doing that one day?" And she said, "Oh, because it's the size of your dick." And he goes, "Oh, okay." And then the next day he walks up and she goes, "Hello, Little Johnny." He goes, "Hello, lady." And that was the joke.
It's a cultural thing too. It's a really kind of Aussie culture thing. I think we're all brought up on them and thought they were hilarious as young people, and clearly they are.
How did I hear about Little Johnny? The executive producer, one Scott Andrews, is a very good friend of mine. I think as a lad growing up, we've probably all heard the Little Johnny jokes, so yeah, one or two.
Do you have a favourite?
Probably couldn't tell it on air.
I think everybody knows the Little Johnny jokes. We all grew up telling them and listening to them and being embarrassed by them and knowing or trying to discern when it's appropriate to tell a Little Johnny joke and when it's not appropriate to tell a Little Johnny joke. So I think, everybody's grown up with those great stories. Any favourite Little Johnny joke that I have would obviously be too blue to tell in a family environment like this interview. So yeah, watch the movie.
I think we've come along to see what it's all about. Certainly saw the little promo that went out, and that was interesting. I know Scott pretty well, and I know what he's like, so the film should be good.
I just come in with an open mind. Again, Little Johnny jokes are kind of a staple of a lot of kids growing up. They're not jokes that perhaps our parents would be happy of us hearing, but I expect it to be fairly blue.
I am so excited. I mean, to see the premiere with the audience and their very first reaction to it is going to be really exciting. I've seen some of it and it's hilarious. I think it's going to be belly laughs. There's some corkers, there's some real shockers. There's a moment called the Golden Axe moment that I'm involved in, which I think is going to get a few screams.
I suppose the projectionist's pretty nervous, pushing buttons and what have you, but nothing I can do and no one really knows it's me. So yeah, just sit and enjoy myself. It's nice.
I'm expecting awesomeness. Yeah, that's about it.
I think the thing that will surprise people about the film, they expect the jokes, they expect the laughs, and they expect the language and the racier stuff, but it's a quite tender story at its core. I think that'll be what surprised people.
There's a great sense of anticipation here. The cock over there with the cock-a-doodle-doo sign is walking around creating a wonderful atmosphere. We've got the stars of television and screen here behind us, Colette Mann and Melissa Langton. It's just a really heady and exciting atmosphere, isn't it, Colette? Wouldn't you say the feeling here is electric on this wonderful night of nights?
I thought it was really funny.
I thought it was great. I was impressed.
I thought it was absolutely amazing.
It's good to see the jokes put into a movie.
It was fun to watch. It's nice and bold. It was colourful. It's really entertaining. I loved it. I had a very big laugh. I loved the way that it seemed like a classic old film, but it's brand new. Yeah, I thought it was excellent.
I like somehow some of them were broken up over a couple of, like there were sort of jokes
you know, dispersed with jokes, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Right at the beginning, before the credits from all around the world. That was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
They did Looney Tunes very well, I picked up on that, and there was a lot of other stuff.
It's something that brings back the old style, which is good. We miss that, yeah.
The stuttering cat scene, that cracked me up.
Cat raised his back and went and before he could say fuck, the dog ate him.
My favourite scene was where the guy ended up the cow's bum.
Basically all the jokes, I reckon, yeah, and the naked scene. I like that.
Favourite scene? Not really, no. I just really enjoyed the movie.
The original soundtrack was fantastic, and I thought the sound in general was really good. Yeah.
The soundtrack's fantastic. It would appeal to people of all ages. It's really good.
It would have been hard to do, but I think they pulled it off really well.
Very funny. Really like the songs, yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
The soundtrack was great. It really kind of lifts your spirits and keeps the whole thing moving along. And the voices were all really terrific. They were all really well delivered.
Yeah, everyone should see it. Yep.
Maybe not all my family, but to all my friends, yes.
Maybe not to 6 or 7 year olds, but yeah, I would recommend it.
It's like witnessing something be born. Yeah. And hearing people laugh about the right things at the right times, like the way you planned them, is a really satisfying feeling. It makes it all worthwhile. And I'm really proud of the people that worked on it. And I did my little speechy thing at the start, and I was so overwhelmed by seeing people in the cinema ready to see the film that I'd made. I forgot everything, and I forgot to mention how fantastic John Foreman's music was. I forgot to mention Mike's later for doing so, and I also forgot to mention my wife, who's done the most supreme job in helping me out, like keeping me alive, because you're doing 18-hour days and you don't eat. So she's sitting there with a spoon with a child on the way. So really the film was for them as well, and yeah, it was really exciting, very happy, very proud.
What did you think, John?
I worked on it, I've got to like it. It was actually really nice to see it with an audience. It doesn't matter how much you've worked on something, when you see it with an audience, it's like seeing it from scratch. You've never seen it before, you know, and I was laughing along, wasn't I? I was laughing along with everybody else, but yes, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Gotta get it done, gotta make a little money, gotta do what it takes, gotta be with my honey, gotta work and try till I get it right, then we'll have a little fun.
Gotta get it done.
Gotta get it done, gotta earn a little pay, nose to the grindstone, do what it takes, gotta get it done, no time for play, then we'll have a little fun.
Gotta get it done.
Gotta get it done, gotta sweat and slave, gotta work all night, gotta work all day, gotta see it all through till the job is done.
Gotta get it